is Discodoggy, and I am playing with my team Bandwagon Billy. I didn't know the cube was going to pop so soon, so that's why I was not quite ready. I wasn't even ready to record yet, but here we go. This is Bandwagon Billy. The reason why it's called that is because I chose to play the Autumnal Sproutling, which, you know, a lot of people have talked about that being so good, and I feel that I've jumped on the bandwagon here. So I am officially a Bandwagon Billy, but I'll tell you why, how I got that in a moment. Let's see why I chose that pet in a moment. What do we want to do? Do we want to blind? Blind will work, but if he swaps, the blind won't work. So I'm going to go ahead and use my dive here. And nothing hit me. I dived under the whirlpool. You'd think a whirlpool wouldn't really hurt an aquatic pet, but let's not apply logic. And by the way, that is unfair camouflage with that Ghostshell crab on this map right here. What are you going to do to me? Giant Woodworm. I like this. I like this player, except the Valk. You know, Valks are kind of... Oof. I don't think it doesn't have anything to do with hit chance. So let's see. Is there anything that I want to do? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come with this Void Shardling. And here's the deal. I figured, you know, I was having such fun with the 325 magic pet with the dodge. Why not try another 325 speed magic pet with the dodge? That's how I ended up with the Void Shardling here. And then I just thought, well, you know, why not choose Inky? I'm strong. Well, no, that's not why I chose Inky. Why did I choose Inky? I think I just chose Inky randomly second. Well, I'll take some damage. And does that block damage too? No, it just deals damage. So that's fine. I'll take some damage here. Now I got my dodge up again. Let me do it again. I didn't try to use my Soulrush there because it was a critter. But this Valk is not a critter, so I can stun it, but I did not. I can, but I didn't. Okay, let's bring Inky back in. Inky, gonna take a haunt. Let's see, what are they gonna do first? They might just put up their bubble first, so let me... Actually, is that a good idea to do that if they are going to put up their bubble? Okay. Well, now I'll put up... the blind. So this way, next turn, the whirlpool won't hit me, but I'll be able to stay above and not waste my offensive part of the dive on their bubble. So there you go. Because I would have used my dive right into that bubble and it didn't make a lot of sense. So not the most interesting battle, but just further proof that if you ever wanted to... Well, actually, that's not true. I was going to say, if you ever wanted a pet battle, now's the time. If you ever wanted a PvP pet battle, remember all your letters, now's a good time. But that's not the reason why, because of that team I was just facing. In general, it's a pretty calm meta, meaning that, like, Twilight Clutch Sister, sure, it's a OP, but nothing like the days of, you know, Dire Horns or Fluxfire Felines or pre-nerf Valk and Adder or Graves and MPD or Terraclaw Hatchling. I could go on and... Well, I can't go on and on. There's only a finite set. But it's a good time. It's a good time to be pet battling because, you know, even if you do get that person using the Hermit Crab and the Twilight Clutch Sister, you can find a way to beat them. It's a pretty kind meta right now. So play. If you're not, well, I don't know why you'd be watching this if you don't play, but I mean, look at these. I mean, I said this in the video I made yesterday. Ever since like the event, I've been having to face like very uncompetitive teams. Even if you start... I'm going to start with this guy. Here's why. That was a bad choice. That was a bad... Oh, hey. That was a very good choice. All right. I'm going to lose this. So here, let me hit you with this first, and then I can heal up afterwards. Oh, this is going to hurt you. Oh, my goodness. That hurt. That hurt. Just to hurt me just watching it. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to probably put the Immolate up first. I think my best matchup against you is this guy. So we'll hit you. We'll hit you with the blind. All right, things seem to be going well. I will save my dive for next turn so I don't have to get hit with an impale. But matchup wise, this is working out for me because this is probably like the Moth versus the aquatic. Moth versus Inky is probably going to be the worst matchup for me. And then both of these are strong against both of those, so I really am in good shape with the aquatic versus the humanoid here. Makes no sense to do anything with that, unless I thought they were going to swap, which I didn't think they were going to swap. So there we go. I think we're good with this matchup anyways, but then I have, what, 2 full health pets against these two? Now, once a Moth hits their sleep, you are in a little bit of trouble, okay? So there's no need swapping here. There's nothing... I'm going to be slower than both. Well, actually... Oh, no, that's an SS, so I still would have been slower even after the flyer racial is gone. So let's see... You're probably going to swap. It would be wise to swap. And you know what? I'm going to swap too. Well, if I thought that, I probably should have used my Fist of the Forest. But alright. You're going to be slower than me now. So I can use my Phase Shift. Who would have thunk that I would have fallen in love with 325 speed magic pets? Not me. I never would have thought that. Alright, well, here's where I got some coverage. I'm gonna... Oof. Oh, it's not that bad. Alright. seemed like a smart choice. Dang, bro. 1,035. It's rough. Yeah, I always read about this pet. Like, people are like, oh man, you gotta get one of those. It's so good. And I think they mean from like on a healing team. But I just wanted something that was strong against both mechanicals and dragons. Because here, let me try to Q dodge that player. So hopefully they'll run into someone else. So I started off with the Void Shardling, and then I thought, I don't remember if I actually thought this, but it was kind of a good idea. I can put an aquatic there because this guy's strong against flyers, but I think I just wanted to use Inky. So after I chose Inky, then I was thinking about coverage, and I was like, well, this guy's weak versus magic. I don't know that I took that into account. What was I thinking of here? Okay, so flyers are going to mess me up. That is taken care of here. Mechanicals are going to give me a problem because this guy's weak versus mechanicals. So, and also dragons with dragonkin damage because he's a magic pet. So elementals. Elementals are turning out to be a very good coverage for well, elementals with Dragon can, which my other elemental didn't have. So I was about to overgeneralize there. I was thinking of my Spirit of the Spring team, but on this team at least, this Sproutling is very good coverage for this guy. This guy, the Void Shardling, has coverage for Inky. And then if we run into magic pets, then, well, we're just going to have to... Well, I don't know what we're going to hit them with, because we'll hit them with a club. We will club them. But yeah, magic pets are never really much of a concern. Really, the only time I see magic pets regularly is on healing teams, on sunny day teams. And like, if you run into, like, 2 Blossoming Ancients and a Highjaw Wisp, then you're probably going to lose anyway, unless you have a strong damage versus elementals, also known as aquatic damage. And I realize that's my problem a lot when I refer to these things. I refer to what they're strong against rather than what they are. Like last night when I was making the video talking about coverage, I referred to a critter move as an undead move because I think of it doing strong damage to undead. So just something I always do that I better keep an eye out for. I'm realizing, I mean, probably my picture is just a little small picture down in the corner. Maybe you don't even look at it, but I realize I squint a lot. And I realize I've been getting burnt a lot when I'm doing my open water swimming. I'm rather red in the face these days. Well, I kind of wish I wouldn't have Q-dodged that person because, well, now I have nobody to fight against. They're fighting someone else, or they quit, or I don't know. I don't know what the other choices are. But let's talk about some pets. I cleaned out my favorites. Oh yeah, there we go. So I was gonna take. Let's continue talking about this. So I was gonna take the Sporling Sprout, you know, because it's strong versus mechanicals and dragons. But that didn't seem like enough, and I don't like taking spore shrooms. Oh well, that didn't last long. I was gonna talk about some of the new pets that I favorited. I just cleaned out my favorites, and I still want to use this Amberglow Stinger. I haven't used it much yet, and I use it in 3 teams. They're not doing very well. Okay. Oof. Oh, that's a Wisp. Am I faster? Oh, I just said I wasn't going to worry about magic. But that can blind me because it's faster. I got this versus mechanicals, but it's faster. I might have some trouble here. Good job, player. If you put this team together trying to give me some problems, good job to you. Alright, so you're going to put the decoy probably, so let me go ahead and hit you here with this. And then I'll put up my phase shift. Take down one of the decoys. This is weak versus undead. I don't have any undead. Well, might as well, you know, if you don't swap out, it's going to be pretty rough on you. Let me do this. I think you might bring in the magic pet. Oh god. You didn't learn from last time, did you? All right. Well, can we pull off the 1035 damage? Oh, please stay in. Don't even think about it. Just stay. Oh, why'd you stay? I mean, I know I was saying that, but oh, come on. It's not a wise choice. Okay, good heals from that even. So, yeah. There's the reason. There is a reason the band is on the wagon. Okay. Do I have any AoE? I don't. Gonna blind me here, probably. I still hit through it. This is gonna be weak versus mechanicals. I don't have a mechanical. Let me go ahead You're 305, right? Yeah, let me bring in the Void Shardling. Ouch. Oof, you do have AoE, right? Oh, I don't have any AoE, that's what I was saying. Huh, I thought you might swap. Oof. Let me pump this up here. Has he been... The mechanical racial has been procced. Ugh. Yeah. Well, you tried. You brought a pet that's strong against magic. I'm just going to keep going. So, I mean, I chose to play this team if my opponent is having a hard time countering it, then I'm not going to change because of that. So, Bandwagon Billy. There we go. God, 325 speed magic. I'm still in shock. I'm like, I didn't know I'd love them so much. And maybe I'm loving them because things have been pretty easy. Maybe if things were to heat back up and I'm facing a lot of, you know, Twilight Clutch Sisters, I wouldn't feel this way. But look at this. Look at all this wins I'm piling up with the Void Shardling. And then what about the pet I'm using right now? The Void Shardling. Okay, there's more pets on here than I thought. 3 teams. Didn't do very well. Oh, I did try that for the not the event, the achievement. Apparently this guy doesn't like my magic pet. Oh no, this is somebody trying to do the achievement. Fear not. Oh, I didn't want that. I didn't think you were going to start with that. That would have hurt. It's still going to hurt. Ooh, 102 damage. Ouch. Okay, lucky me. $219. Yikes. Starts at 219. The energized mana fiend isn't as bad as this, I don't think. I'm not gonna survive 2 attacks, am I? Let's go out. Alright, let's 517 ain't gonna get the job done. Oof, that smarts. Okay, but these dudes are both slower than me, so I can put up my heal here. Well, not put up my heal. And do I have a way to deal with Deathwing and his Elementium Bolt? I do. So let's see. Can I heal this one time? Or are you just gonna kill me with something? There's 709. You just killed me with something, alright? Alright. No Elementium bolts, so let's do this. We'll blind you here. Then we'll hit you with this. Now you're gonna try that Cataclysm again. Well, I could bring in my magic pet so that whatever happens, it only takes a small, like, you know, actually use the magic racial. Like that. Oh no, okay, that wasn't really using the magic racial. 438. I think I should do it, okay? And this is why you need coverage. Oh, actually, I didn't really use my club that effectively. So you can at least have the threat of a club. Alright, am I going to take this guy out, or is that... I think I will. I think I'll take him out. How does this work? If the user has lower health. You're the user. You're the user. You just use people up. You use pets up. I don't know what I'm trying to say. So 219 and 438 does not add up to a lot by my calculations. Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's good. Just thinking it was a head game right there. You're not gonna kill me unless you crit. Okay. Let's hit this. Before you get your heal, can I... Well, I'm going to have to hit high at least once. There's a high. What's my low end here? 266. Okay, there we go. Well, that was difficult. That was difficult. Alright. Did I use my magic racial? No, because he just used roll. I didn't use the cataclysm. That cataclysm... Whew, messed me up, man. That was probably my bad move of the day. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but I should have. Well, it did only have a 50% chance of hitting. Doesn't Cataclysm only have a 50% chance of hitting? All right, I think that's good for that team. Or should I give that player one more chance to try to counter me? They did pretty good with their dragons. I thought they did well. I thought the MPD was a good counter. Yeah, I'm tired. I've lost my mojo, so I think I'll just call it quits there for my my new team, Bandwagon Billy. Again, let me talk about it again in case you missed it, or in case I went off topic as I always do. Void Shardling, I started with that pet, and then I included Inky. Inky was a good choice because, well, what's going to do strong damage against Inky? Flyers, and then, well, the Void Shardling has, of course, a lot of magic damage, which is strong to flyers, so we have some coverage there. Inky is weak versus magic pets, so I didn't really cover there. I didn't get any coverage there, but didn't I face a magic pet? I faced a magic pet, and I did all right against it. I just had to use my other attacks, make sure I didn't get left with Inky versus the magic pet. But really, my coverage was for this Void Shardling because I needed, well, this guy, because he has only magic damage, he's going to do weak damage to mechanicals, so I need strong damage to mechanicals, also known as elemental damage. And then dragons, as you saw last time, dragon can damage is strong versus magic pets, so I needed some coverage there against dragons. That's why I chose the Autumnal Sproutling, and it turned out to be pretty darn good. All right, there's my terse explanation. The reason the team is called Bandwagon Billy is because a lot of people have talked about this pet on the forums, and I think the only reason I bought one is because I was like, people keep saying it's good, maybe I'll buy one and just keep it laying around for that time. And I think people were saying it was hard to get or something, like they were having a hard time finding it. So I went to the forums. I went to the auction house on Area 51. I think this is the pet I did that with. I can't remember exactly, but I think I did that with this pet. I think I heard people saying it was good and it was hard to find, so I went to the auction house and I bought it, and I just kept it laying around until basically, well, I have it in one other team. Oh, random. The only time I ever made a team with it is when it came up when I was choosing random pets. It was my 25th random team. So anyways, I used it today, and I see why people are excited about it. I think they were talking about it, though, more for its healing abilities. 138 health every 5 rounds, more in a sunny day. Probably a tough pet to face, and it gives you a little bit. It gives you a little bit of oomph, a little bit of kick. Because I was certainly lacking some kick here. These are 2 speedy pets, and I mean Inky. I think it's an interesting speed, 293, because there are still a lot of 289 pets around. So he's faster than the 289 pets, and just barely faster, which is always what you want to be with speed. You want to be just a little bit faster, because that way all your other stats are going towards, health and power, and you're barely wasting any on being faster than them. So it's 293 is an interesting speed. I'm glad that Blizzard has made some new base stats, I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Is it the base stats, or is it the modifiers, the multipliers, I should say? I don't know. But anyways, I'm glad there's some new speeds. Now on the flip side, there's another octopus, and it has 321 speed, which is an absolutely horrible speed, because there's still a lot of 325 speed pets, and so you want to be, like I said, just barely above. But that's just barely below, meaning it's wasting all the speed to be faster than like 289 and 293 and 305 and 309, 317. There's not a lot of 317, 309s, and 305s around. So basically, to be above the major breakpoint of 289, you're using a lot of speed. But then the next major breakpoint, I don't know, I just started calling it that. The next, I mean, there's a lot of 325 speed pets and a lot of 289 speed. So I kind of think of that as the next step up. Which, maybe that's me just thinking in terms of years ago. Maybe they've added so many 293 speed pets slowly that I shouldn't be thinking of it in terms of 289 and 325. But I still think there's probably a lot of 289 speed pets and 325. But anyways, let's assume that my assumption is correct, there is a lot of 325 speed pets out there. 321 is a horrible speed, because then you're not faster than the 325 speed pets, and you're wasting tons of stats to be faster than the 289 speed. So that's why it's bad. Didn't want to talk about all that right now. But one last thing I wanted to see, the Void Shardling, I didn't seem to like it as much as the Mana Fiend. So let's see. So Arcane Blast starts at 219 and goes to 365. I think that's the same. I think it might have the same stats as the Energized Mana. Oh, it does. It has the exact same stats. Okay. It seemed weaker to me. Probably because I didn't have Surge of Power. So, This makes up for a lot of this weakness right here. I'd rather have Surge of Power, I think, than Soulrush, because I don't really like 25% stun moves. But you saw that was a pretty close game. It was a pretty close battle against all those dragons. Maybe my stun was a difference, especially stunning with the magic pet, the pet that was so vulnerable to all those dragons. So maybe it really helped me a lot, but I just in general don't like relying on 25% moves. And how's that? Okay. And also, sorry, I just spaced out. There's some new children's. Yeah, I don't like. Let me finish my thought. I was almost done. I don't like losing to 25% stuns either. It feels like a cheap way to lose a battle because somebody got a 1 out of 4 chance lucky. Okay, and I just had this really frightening thought that I missed Children's Week. Okay, it's right here because I know there's some new pets coming out, and I'm actually gonna do World of Warcraft stuff so I can get the new pets as opposed to just pet battle stuff like I usually do. Okay, well, this isn't a bad video. Tried out a new team, went 4-0. Kept the chat mostly to pet battles and explaining things, so good job me. I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I will see you around.